Hello, I'm Alan, and this is Teresa, and welcome to today's edition of Alan's Cycling Adventures. For those of you who've been following the channel, you know we've been doing a metric century of the month challenge. Basically what that is you ride a metric century every month for the entire calendar year. And for those of you who don't know what a metric century is, it is a ride of 100 kilometers or longer, and we have done one every month so far, January through August. It is now September. It is time for our metric century of the month. For those of you who've been watching, you'll recognize this route. This is actually kind of a favorite for us. Next month is going to be a new route. Just to give you a heads up, we are going down to Maryland for the Seagull Century, and we'll be riding the metric century route. So if you're gonna come down for that ride, feel free to come up and say hi at the start. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or ideas for future editions of Alan's Cycling Adventures, be sure to leave them in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. Well, without further ado, let's ride. Before I get into all the statistics for this ride, or what towns we rode through, or any of that, I actually have a couple of stories related to this ride. The first one may be of interest to those of you who believe it's possible to jinx yourself. One of the things that Teresa and I started this, but the two of us have been doing it when we go on our long rides, is in terms of my fueling strategy for my rides. I stop every 10 miles and I have a gel. Teresa has half of a bar. But we stop every 10 miles roughly. And on the ride, nearly at the end, we had about 10 miles to go. And we stopped, and when I took out the gel, I looked at my watch and I commented to Teresa that we were making pretty good time on this ride, and that we would be back at her house by, I don't remember what time I said, but whatever time it was, represented, pretty good time for the day. And we finished our fueling stop and continued on our route. And I don't think we even made it another 2 miles before I got a flat. It was my very first flat with this, I can't really call it a new bike because I've had it for about 2 years now, but it was the first flat that I've had. It took me a little bit of time to get it sorted out. Because this bike has through axles, whereas my previous bike had quick releases. This bike has hydraulic disc brakes as opposed to the rim brakes that my old bike had. And so as a result, I'm quite hesitant to just stand the bike upside down to work on it. And so it took me a little bit of time to get everything sorted out, and needless to say, we did not make it back to her place by the time I originally said, or not originally, but when we had the previous fueling stop, we did not make it back to Teresa's house by the time that I predicted we would. I don't even think we were close. So yeah, I jinxed us on that one. The other thing I wanted to say was, and you'll see it in a little bit here, but I want to apologize to any car enthusiasts who subscribe to this channel. I know I have at least one of you out there, but I may have others as well. The reason I have to apologize is along our ride, we came across a car show and rode through it very, very slowly. Actually, it looks like, are we coming up on it soon? Maybe, maybe not. In any event, I didn't think of it until after the fact that what I should have done was put the camera out of time-lapse mode and just shot real-time video, maybe with a real-time voiceover. But I didn't think to do that until after we had passed through the car show on the way back. Anyway, this ride was done on September 17th. It was a chilly morning. When we left, it was 54 degrees Fahrenheit with a feels-like temperature of 53, although the temperature did go up into the mid-80s along our ride. The humidity was 83%. The wind was 2.3 miles per hour out of the west-northwest. The length of this ride was 62.56 miles, which is 100.7 kilometers, so this definitely qualifies as a metric century. Our average moving speed was 12.3 miles per hour, with a maximum speed of 25.6 miles per hour. We had a total moving time of 5 hours, 6 minutes, and 18 seconds, and an elapsed time of 6 hours, 38 minutes, and 50 seconds. For next month's Seagull Century, the start time is 9:30 a.m. and we're supposed to be finished by 4 p.m. That's when the route closes. So we have to make a little better time next month. We have to do it in under 6.5 hours. I guess as long as I don't have a flat, that should not be a problem. My average heart rate on this ride was 103 beats per minute and a maximum heart rate of 124 beats per minute. We had a total elevation gain of 2,028 feet, and I had a total calorie burn of 1,245 calories. Well, at least according to Garmin Connect. In terms of where this ride was, we started in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. The entire ride was in New Jersey. We headed south into Elmwood Park, and then Garfield, Clifton, Little Falls, Montclair, Glen Ridge, West Orange, Orange, South Orange, Maplewood, Millburn, which was where we ran into the car show, Springfield, Mountainside, Westfield. We went through Garwood into Cranford, Roselle, where we turned around, went back through Cranford, Garwood, where we stopped for a short while, then Westfield, Mountainside, Springfield, Millburn, through the car show again, Maplewood, South Orange, West Orange, Glen Ridge, Montclair, Brookdale, Clifton, Garfield, Elmwood Park, and finally Fair Lawn. As I said in the intro, next month we are going to be going to Maryland again for the Seagull Century. We'll be doing the metric century route down there. If any of you happen to be in the area or happen to do that ride, feel free to come up and say hello. We'd love to meet you. Anyway, That's about all I have to say for now. And so enjoy the music until the voiceover until the narration at the end. Well, that one was an adventure. It was fun, beautiful day, great weather, but it was an adventure. That was my first ever flat on this bike. So I guess it was bound to happen sooner or later. Anyway, as I said earlier, next month we will be doing the Seagull Century down in Salisbury, Maryland. We're looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. Obviously, that's going to be a new route for us. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, stay safe out there.